Before even talking about the ride experience, I'd like to give some perspective of how I started on the ride and some feelings about the whole trip. The one thing which struck me quite strongly was the clear communication and the prompt response which came about from the team, even when I was at the researching stage. This was quite a big differentiator for us as far as the choice of the team to go with was concerned. The second important thing was the itinerary. It was very clear on the website, and the itinerary was something designed for having an experience, and which would go aptly with the titled ride of my life. We can, I think, confidently say that this has been the ride of our lives.
Yes.
And last and most importantly are the people involved. Right from Vinod, whom we first interacted with, he happened to be in Bangalore where we are staying with Gaurav on emails, and then of course later, or with Deepa when we met in Delhi, and of course our lifeline Chotu, the mechanic through the whole trip. All these factors have contributed to the ride being a great one. One thing which needs to be kept in mind is that I had not ridden a bike for 10 years. I had never ridden a bullet, and the two of us were going to be doing it together. So it was quite a challenge, but the team made us very comfortable with the trip, gave us necessary tips to be prepared mentally for the trip, and also the necessary tips to make sure that the driving experience is enjoyable. So from a driver's point of view, for me it was absolutely amazing.
From a pillion point of view, it was made sure that the seat was very comfortable, and with the backrest and all, so it was a very comfortable ride throughout for me. So.
And in the, if you talk about the whole experience, it was not just about riding. This was one of the differentiating factors for us also. It's not just about the number of kilometers which was being covered, but about the overall experience. The 3 lakes which were covered, the routes which were taken. For example, the route which was taken from after Pangong so to come to Nubra didn't go back to Leh. We stopped in Shakti at a very beautiful location campsite, and then we came through Varela Pass with hardly any traffic there. So these are the small things which made the whole experience very memorable for us.
Also to add, we were taken from some routes which would not be covered otherwise because of, I think, experience of Gaurav, and these routes were very beautiful. So it was very unusual routes, I would say, and it had beautiful scenery.
There was also a lot of things which were completely unexpected. A visit to a traditional rebo, the traditional tent made out of yak wool, woven in the same way for centuries. Having tea made by kunak, made by them, given to us. Having experienced Andrew, watching Andrew lift a ton of twigs, which the Ladakhi women are doing it daily. Milking sheep, for example. These are all things which were completely unexpected. It left such a big, deep impression on our minds. This would, I mean, it's very difficult even to express the positive feelings which are which we have been experiencing.
Special thanks to Gaurav for this beautiful cultural experience, I would say.
And for those of you who are thinking about going on a tour, etc., I must say that I must tell you all that I did quite a lot of research, not just in terms of the itinerary or in terms of the competence of the people, etc., but also in terms of the cost. I had also had discussion with these guys in terms of how the trip would work out for. For me, this was one of the most clearest and transparent communication which I experienced. The trip cost which we paid for included everything. There was no surprises, no hidden charges. The service across the whole trip was fantastic. We had food which far exceeded what we were prepared mentally for. In some cases, some of the food was in line with what we were eating in Bangalore and better in terms of this. So whether it be the experience, whether it be the quality of the ride, whether it be the overall package, everything works. So just go for it.
Were you satisfied with the motorcycles given to you?
From my point of view, I think this was a big plus. The specific motorcycles which we were all riding, as I am given to understand, also a limited edition one which gave stability. The vehicles are of course powerful with the 500cc engines like the other vehicles, but the way they were maintained was simply amazing. And what I would say is the special care taken for both of us, being two on the bike, the suspension setup, and especially very importantly the seats. These are very these might be a small thing, but it was a huge factor for our overall enjoyment, I would say.
And daily it was seen that it was under proper condition every day in the morning, so it was ensured that it was very good.
So what stood out for you? I mean, the best experience you will take from the ride. I know there have been a lot of memories and you're still in it, but what stands out for you?
It's difficult to pick any.
For me, I think the first day from Manali to Jispa, that ride was very scenic.
Okay.
It was very beautiful and green for me, and also this experience with Ladakhi tent to be able to go to the nomadic tent Ribo.
Okay.
It was something.
For me, actually, each day was special. Each day offered something different. Whether it was starting from the first day when we saw a lot of greenery, or the fact that we had to negotiate different passes at high altitudes, going through streams. Gaurav promising us that there would not be any more streams, but then you would come upon the next stream which was bigger, wider, deeper than the rest of the ones which we had done earlier. Handling the tough inclines and the descents was something spectacular. All the three lakes, okay, one of them is more a basin, Sokar Basin, Somoruri and Pangong, all three were spectacular. What we will still remember for sure is that dip we had in Pangong Lake. That was something else for us. So it's extremely difficult to pick out one particular specific day as special for me. Actually, it would not be fair.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.